Hi everyone, good morning, it's Tanya and welcome to today's Stay Home Reading Rush vlog. So, today is Friday and I didn't vlog yesterday, I just didn't feel like vlogging. However, I did finish one book yesterday, which is very exciting. I finished Frost in May by Antonia White. I liked it so much. It's a book about a girl studying in a Catholic convent school, and it gives you just insight on life in that type of establishment. So basically relationships between nuns and students and their parents and students, weird things and like small cruelties that nuns would do to the students. For my liking, that place felt very suffocating, and like I said in my previous video, I would never send my children there. I would never like to study there myself. However, this book is very interesting. Like, the account is interesting because the author herself, Antonia White, she attended a convent school when she was a young girl before war. And basically this book is based on her own experience in that type of convent school. And the interesting thing is that after she left convent school, for some reason, she couldn't write about it for a very long time. Apparently something happened which prevented her from writing. And in this book, she criticizes convent school and she criticizes the methods that they use with girls and with education. But at the same time, what is interesting is that you can feel that she loves it, like she kind of wants to belong there, but at the same time she criticizes, and like it's like torn feeling, and you as a reader feel the same. Like, you hate what nuns are doing to girls. Like, it feels so unfair, and it feels like they're just suffocating everything out of them. Like, they're killing all like spirit, you know, and love for life. But at the same time, the main protagonist, she doesn't want to leave. Like, she kind of thinks about that maybe she would like to leave. There is an actual opportunity to leave. She doesn't want to. So like, it's this mixed feelings about the place which you kind of hate, but at the same time you kind of love. So, you know, it was very interesting. It was such an interesting account, and I'm glad that I read this book. So yeah, Frost in May, highly recommended. Great, it was very interesting. And now, so for today, for Friday, I started reading this book, so Miracles of Namiya General Store. I am on page, what page? 34. I'm on page 34 and I'm like, oh, what is happening? This is so interesting. Like, from the very beginning, it just grasps you. So basically, we follow three thieves, so three criminals. They're on the run after have committed something, and their car has broken and they don't have anywhere to go, and so they find this abandoned store, and they decide to spend night there. But then some weird events start happening while they're inside of the store. They were just like getting comfortable and stuff, and then a letter slips through the mail, this mail hole. Like, they don't know to whom this letter is because the shop is closed. Like, it doesn't belong to anybody. It's abandoned. It's an abandoned building with like where people used to live and work, but now it's empty. So it couldn't be possibly for like anybody in the house. Also, it couldn't be possibly for them because like they have just arrived and nobody knows that they're there. And they decide to open the letter, and the letter is written by a woman. She calls herself Moon Rabbit because she doesn't want to tell her name, so she calls herself Moon Rabbit, and she asks for advice on her life. Like, there is this situation and she doesn't know what to do. And these three guys, they're like, it's none of our business, like, why should we write something? And later they find like this old magazine in the house, and the magazine tells the story of the owner of this shop, like way back, a few years back. And this owner used to give advice to people. Like, it all started as a joke. Like, kids would come and ask him like random questions, and he would try to help them with those random questions. But then the questions started to become more and more serious, like, why do our parents always fight? Why something else is happening? And he would again try to help, and then adults started asking him also advice, and he would help them. So, but it all was happening a while back. Now the shop is closed, and so this letter comes. And one of the guys, he's like, it's none of our business, just leave it there, we shouldn't answer. And two other guys, they're like, but she is in trouble, she wants someone to talk to, she wants help, at least she would feel better if she knew that someone is listening. And so they write an answer, and they leave the answer like outside of the house. There's like a milk kind of box where you can leave the letter, and the letter disappears from the box like a few minutes later. And a few minutes later another letter comes from the same woman, and like an answer to the letter that they have written to her. And like they don't understand, like, how come, why is it so fast? And like just a few minutes later, and they don't understand what's happening. And then they write another letter, and they just look out of the window if someone comes, and if someone comes to pick up their letter. And of course no one came. Of course no one came to pick up the letter. And they didn't see anybody to approach the building from the front, but another letter arrives, an answer to their second letter, and their second letter also has disappeared from that box, milk box. And they're like, whoa, like, what's happening? One of them, he's just like freaking out, and then they check the time and they realize that while they're like in this house, time isn't moving for them. Basically, I'm at this point. One guy wants to leave and two others don't want to leave. So, but it's so interesting, and like they're freaking out, like, what is happening? And I'm freaking out with them. I'm like, oh, very interesting. I am so cool. But yeah, just 35 pages in. So yeah, this is my update, and I will continue reading. I will update you later, but welcome to the vlog, and I hope it's going to be a joyful one. Update. So I'm on page 60 something of the Miracles of the Nemia General Store book, and I'm now on chapter 2, but it feels like it's like a different story, not really related to the first chapter about those like criminals hiding in the shop. So I don't know, like, are the chapters are going to be related somehow, or is it just like a short story? But it's not called like a different story, it's called the second chapter. So apparently they're going to be related somehow. Maybe there will be some connection in the end, but yeah, so right now the second chapter is like a totally different story about like a completely different person. And yeah, but still interesting. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. The first story, the first chapter was very satisfying, like in the end. I don't know, I really liked it. Now, however, I want to take a break from reading, because I want this day to be a little bit more productive than just reading. I want to learn some Japanese, so that's what I'm gonna do now, and then I will go back to reading. So let's learn. my walk for a day. Grocery shopping again. Okay, so we decided to make that sandwich that we did last time in my previous vlog, like Subway style homemade sandwich. It was so delicious, so good. So I'm going to make this again today for lunch, and for dinner we will do something with vegetables, so we will see. But I'm very excited about that sandwich because it was so delicious. So now I'm going to go buy baguette, buy chicken, vegetables, and everything that we need for that sandwich, and it's going to be so delicious. So yes, let's go. I'm very excited about today's lunch. Okay, so it is evening of Friday and I'm still not done with this book. So I am currently on page 100. I have finished the second story. In there, it was so emotional. I even like cried a little bit because it was so beautiful and sad and just so good. But what I understood, these stories are related. They are all related to this shop and like the situation is in the shop. So yeah, it's like one book, it's not like a collection of stories. They're all related, which was good and very satisfying. So yeah, now I am going to finish cooking dinner, have dinner, and then I will continue with the book. Okay, so good morning guys. So this is morning of Saturday and I just wanted to pop up and tell you that I'm enjoying this book so much. It's so good. I'm flying through it. And okay, I have like a little bit less than 100 pages left, so I'm going to finish it and then I will talk to you later. But it's just so good and I'm loving it so much.
I don't wanna be lonely when winter is freezing and trees start to bolt. And I don't wanna be sitting alone in a room that's just filled with my soul. And so I came to this place.
I have finished Miracles of the Namiya General Store and I loved it so much. It was so good. I flew through this book. It was so gripping, also so emotional and touching. I teared up after like most of the chapters. This book has only 5 chapters and it's not like I cried, but I just teared up a little bit after 4 chapters out of 5. So it was emotional, but like emotional in a beautiful way. It was a little bit sad, but in a beautiful way. This book is so good. I wish more people would read it. I want to check other books by this author, but from what I understood, he mostly writes like detective stories or thrillers, something like that. This like, is it the only book that is not detective? But it has like some like mysterious aspect to it, so it's still like a little bit of a detective story. But it was so, I really liked it. This book, highly recommended. So yeah, remember, Miracles of the Namiya General Store by Keigo Higashino. And battery on my camera has died, so I'm continuing on my phone. I loved that book. It was beautiful. It was just so beautiful. It's like, it was so interesting. Like I said, every chapter is about a different person, but all of those people are connected to this Namiya General Store. And it's so interesting how lives interconnect in this book. Like all those people don't really know each other, but they're all connected and they so beautifully, like all the stories, they so beautifully come together in this book. Like incredible. Like it was so interesting to read and very gripping. I love this book so much. Such as an interesting storytelling. I really enjoyed it. It was just masterfully done. Beautiful. I don't know. I cannot stop talking about I cannot stop talking about this book, you see. Very good. And also so kind. So much kindness. My favorite chapter out of all 5 was chapter number 3. And it tells the story of the man, of like the first man who actually started this whole advice giving business. Not business, he didn't take money, he just was like giving advice. So it was his story and just how it affected his life, why he started that. Beautiful, so good. And very heartwarming as well, and very kind, and also gripping, and I just couldn't put it down. It was I loved it. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And so yeah, now I will start reading A Pinch of Magic. Very excited about this book, but I'm a little bit in hangover after that other book, after this Miracle of Nemia General Store. So I will a little bit wait, maybe drink some tea, and later I will start this book. It's already like 5 p.m. so I will not be able to finish this book today, but at least I hope I will do some progress with it. Okay, so I have had my lesson and I think I'm almost over with my hangover from my first book today. Almost over. Like, I still have it, I'm still thinking about it like a little bit, but oh, it was just so good. Okay, so anyway, now I am starting this book. I'm ready to dive into a new story and I'm very excited. So I will start reading and I will update you as soon as I have something to update you with. Good morning, everyone. So today is the last day of the read-a-thon and I am still reading A Pinch of Magic. I woke up today, I think maybe 7 a.m. Don't mind my skin, I applied some cream, that's why I'm like so shiny. So yeah, I was reading from the very morning. I am 111 pages in. So far it's not my favorite. I wouldn't call it my favorite. The previous 2 books I liked better, but it's still very interesting and like it reads very fast. Like, I'm not struggling reading it. I don't feel like putting it down or DNFing it. It's interesting. So yeah, the previous 2 books were just brilliant. They were just absolutely brilliant, and of course, like, compared to them, but it's not fair to compare. As far as I know, is this a debut novel? I'm not sure, but yeah, I just really loved the first 2 books, and this is not as good, at least at this point, but I'm still enjoying it, and by no means I do not hate it. It's still interesting, so I will continue reading and I will update you later when I have something to update you with. Hi everyone, and this is already the next day after the read-a-thon, and I just wanted to quickly finish the vlog and go through all the books that I have managed to finish during this read-a-thon. I have finished 3 books out of 4, which is not that bad, to be honest, and I am quite happy with myself. So very quickly, because I have already talked about 2 of them out of 3. So Miracles of the Nemia General Store, loved it, 5 stars, my new favorite, adorable. I will be coming back to it again and again. I loved this book so much. Out of all 3 of them, this was my favorite. Like, this is hands down my favorite. So I'm so happy that I finally bought it and finally read it, because I looked at this book for so long on Book Depository. It was quite expensive, and then I saw it was being sold with a discount, so I just bought it and now I have it and I read it, and it was wonderful. It was everything. Love this book so much and highly recommend it. Next book that I finished is Frost and May by Antonia White. Also loved it. It was brilliant. Very interesting account about something that I personally myself have never experienced before. Interesting perspective, and just the situation in life, beautifully written as well. Interesting protagonist, and like the whole situation is very interesting. Love this book and also highly recommend it. And the last book that I have finished yesterday during the read-a-thon, A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison. This book I gave only 3 stars out of 5. I enjoyed it. It was interesting, but like, that's it. That's it. I read it once. I probably will not reread it. I feel like once is enough. I don't know, I'm not really very much impressed with this book, to be honest. I know a lot of people absolutely adore it. I was not one of those people. It was just an okay for me. It was just okay. Yes, okay, interesting, yes, okay, 3 stars, that's it. I don't even know what much to say about it. It's a story about 3 sisters living in this like island, and one of those sisters is very adventurous. She wants to go on adventures, travel around the world. However, they live with their grandmother, and their grandmother, she always is very protective over them. Like they cannot live anywhere, they cannot go anywhere. And later they find out that their family is cursed, and all the girls who want to leave the island will die by the next sunset. And it's a story about the sisters finding out how to break the curse. And yeah, basically this is it. So, was interesting, not really funny. Well, the situation is not funny. I don't know, you see, I don't have much to say about this book. I didn't really... It was interesting, I quite enjoyed it, and that's all I can say. So that's enough. 3 stars. Okay, so, and I will end my reading vlog here. I hope you enjoyed this stay-home reading rush reading vlog. If you participated, let me know in the comments what books have you finished, did you enjoy them, or maybe you felt the same way that I'm feeling about The Pinch of Magic, which is like just fine. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a very good day. I hope you're washing your hands and staying safe, and I will see you soon in next videos. Thank you, bye.